Okay, delighted today to say we're joined by Morgan Rogers, Aston Villa and England star. Morgan, thanks so much for your time. And firstly, I just want to ask you about this incredible season you're having. Can you explain sort of the key factor in your success? Have you done anything differently this season, mate?
No, not really. I think just about performing and delivering, and yeah, just trying to get better. Really, I think I was really happy with my season last year and how it went, and I just wanted to kick on from that and kind of go again. You don't want to be the player that can just do it for one season and not follow it up. So it was just about making sure I showed it again on the stage again, and I kind of got better and have improved, and I feel like I have done that. So I think there's a way to go, and I got more improvement, which is exciting and something I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I'm happy with how things are going at the moment.
And I know you're someone who's got your eye on stats. I've read some stuff in the past that you like to look at the stats. I mean, the key stat to me is, your goals have been worth more points in the Premier League than any other player. What does that tell us? I mean, that's just a great stat to have, right? To show the difference you're making to Villa week in, week out.
Yeah, I like stats if they have a importance to winning games and to climbing us up the table. So yeah, that stat obviously is a nice one, and it's a true representation of kind of me doing well. So I like that stat. And I think it's a good stat. But yeah, I'll do anything to contribute to the team, even if I don't score. As long as I know I'm contributing and having a positive effect on the team, I'm happy. And yeah, I'm happy I could contribute with the goals, but it's not just that, it's a team effort really. They put me in the positions to score the goals, so yeah, I wouldn't say that's just down to me. I think that's the whole team performing at their best, and someone's got to finish it off, and I'm glad it can be me, but it can be literally anyone on a given day. So as long as we keep winning them games and picking up points, I'm happy with whoever it is.
And in terms of your own development, I mean, was there any players that you looked up to and wanted to play like growing up? Any idols? Because again, I've read that you watched a lot of football growing up with your family. You must have had a lot of great players you watched over the years.
Um, yeah, I think I watched a whole host of players. I think it's hard to put one on. I think used to watch people like Neymar, Cristiano Ronaldo at Man U and stuff like that. Players that played with freedom and just a flair and showed their ability and their skills at all times. I think I wanted to be that type of player that can kind of take people off their seats and kind of light up a game and kind of change a game. I've always wanted to be that player, and for a second I'm nowhere near them two, but to watch them two and to see how they do it and how driven, how they keep going, how they never stop. I think that's definitely something that's inspiring and something to take. So I definitely took that from them too when I was younger.
And that kind of unique style you talked about there, with the loan spells you had out in the football league, was that really important to you as a youngster to kind of hone those skills, develop it, and just playing regularly?
Yeah, massively. I think the academy Morgan versus the professional Morgan are two different people and two different players. And to go out on loan, I think you need to experience that to understand what type of professional player you're going to be, because the game's completely different. The game's not the same, and you have to adapt your game to the way that professional footballers play. It's completely different to when you're an academy player. So it's kind of understanding that and learning and kind of learning about yourself as a player, as a person, and how you deal with those pressure moments of when you need to win and when you need 3 points, whether you're competing for a title, relegation battles, whole different things, and kind of you find a lot about yourself and how your career's going to mold and going to shape. And yeah, I learned a lot about myself in that time.
And is there sort of a key lesson for youngsters coming through now that you'd give them when they're going through that similar progress?
I'd say to try and play professional football as quick as possible and go out on loan and play first team football, no matter the level, no matter the league, no matter. I'd say I'd always advise that, just as a taste, so you know where you're at, you can understand what it takes and how it is different, and how when points and leagues are on the line and how much it means, and how much you have to adapt your game sometimes. Can't always be pretty and can't always be nice, but it puts you in good stead of when you're going up the leagues and when you're trying to progress and get better and improve. You've got that in the locker, and you need that moving forward.
And moving forward, you've discussed recently as well about becoming more of a leader for this Aston Villa team. I just was intrigued about what kind of being a leader means to you. What kind of leader do you want to be? Because, we've seen you win the Young Player of the Year award, you're on your way up, but does it feel like now you're going to that next bracket in your career?
Yeah, definitely. I think I want to be leader by example and kind of on the pitch be that person that people can go to and to lean on to if we're not playing well or if it's a bad moment and things aren't going great, that can lift the team up with kind of my actions and how I play. I'm still learning that myself. Of course, I'm still young and probably still need that help from experienced players as well. But you try and you want to improve, you want to get better and develop, and I think that's the next development for me as a person, is to grow into becoming that and trying to be that.
What kind of players at Villa do you kind of look at as the main leaders around you and like try to learn from?
Yeah, you got like John McGinn, Tyrone Mings, Ezri Konza. They're the big Yuri Tielemans. They're the big ones that kind of drive standards, drive feelings, and kind of pick the group when it needs it. I think we're a very good group, a very close-knit group, but when it's time to work, it's time to sort standards out and lift the team. They're the ones that everyone looks to, really, and they're great people first and foremost, and then obviously the way that they play and the players that they are speak for themselves, so you just follow and follow their lead kind of thing, yeah.
And as for Aston Villa, I mean, the results have spoken for themselves over the last few seasons, Morgan. I mean, what do you see is coming up, not just this season, but the coming years at Villa? Because it's a wonderful project you guys are part of there.
Who knows? No one would have predicted this in the time that we've done it, so you can't really predict, you can't really say. I think we're just enjoying the moment, enjoying the process. We're focused on what we want to do, what we want to achieve, and how we want to improve as a team and get better. And yeah, it's exciting. I think, yeah, you don't want to say you want to do this or want to do that. You want to keep everything open and try and attack it on all fronts and see where it takes us.
Does that come from the manager? I mean, he's been leading this project for a while now. I mean, what's he like to play for? And can you give us some maybe details about how meticulous he is? Because I've spoken to Ollie Watkins and John McGinn in particular about just the level of detail and how many meetings and all the rest of it, and how prepared you guys all feel to go out there and be at your best individually and as a team each time you play for Villa.
Yeah, it all comes from him. He leaves no stone unturned going into a game. Every detail is covered, and him and his coaching staff, they don't miss a trick in terms of what we have to do, and every facet of the game is taken care of before going into the game, and we are fully prepared. We know exactly our roles, and we probably could name everyone else's roles with that locked in and zoned in on the games and what we have to do and what we have to achieve. And even as an individual, you know what he wants from you, you know what you need to improve on and need to learn on, and he'll just say it how it is, and there's no grey areas. It's black and white, you know, and you just have to improve and you have to get better, but you want to get better and you want to learn and you want to improve for the team and do better as an individual. And we've got a good group that all want to improve and learn and help each other. So yeah, it's a good environment to be in, and we just keep pushing each other.
And what's he like on a personal level? We can see he's very intense on the sidelines, but for you one on one, what's he like to work with?
Yeah, he's intense when it's time to work and it's time to play, but it's for the best. You know, it's for the best. You know what he wants. You know what he's demanding from you and the standards. And if he doesn't drive them, he'll feel like he's not doing his job. And that's the type of manager he is. We all know him as a person and the type of person he is. And we take the messages on board and we go and attack it and try and improve and get better and kind of listen to his messages because they bring results.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.